Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking our new Flagstaff out on its maiden voyage. We're going to be hitting up another state park. This time we're going to Sakatah State Park. It's about an hour south of Minneapolis, and it sits right outside the small town of Waterville, kind of in the south central part of Minnesota. Right after you enter the park is the front office. Go in and show you what's in there. Obviously you got your maps, pricing guides, and you used to be able to pay for your site with a pay envelope here. It's all online now, but here's what the prices are. If you get a year-round permit, the $35, otherwise it's $7 a day. Prices like everywhere going up. Driving electric is now $33, $23 for non-electric, and firewood's up to $8 a bundle. But in the store here, they do have some apparel. You can get some, campground supplies, maps, that kind of thing. We'll take you inside and we'll check that out. All right, we just checked in. Now it's mid-April and most state parks don't have the water on until May. So just in case, we filled up 25 gallons on the way down. I don't like traveling with a full tank of water, but fortunately they do have one frost-free spigot that's open. So we're gonna top off the rest of our tank. This holds 52 gallons, so we'll put 25 gallons in. And that'll give us plenty of water for our 2 nights here. Scout out our site here. Campground just opened up today, so it looks like we've got a little cleanup to do. It's gonna be a little tight getting in here, but we should be fine.
Coming straight back. You can go to driver's side a little bit more if you want. Yeah.
And we're for sure gonna have to get the levelers out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you have the Google? Oh, we'll just go up first.
Okay, stop. Oh, go up a little bit more. Okay, that's good.
This site is so unlevel. We're about as high up as we can go on the levelers, and we're still quite a ways off. So we moved the camper over as far as we could, and I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. I think we're just gonna have to go with it. All right. The campground is set up with 3 different loops for campsites, and they're a mix of electric and non-electric. I would not call this campground big rig friendly. You can see the roads are a little on the narrow side, and there's just a lot of trees right next to the side of the road, and then within the sites too. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable bringing a camper over 30 feet long in here. There might be a couple spots where you could, like site 36 here, because as the road curves, you wouldn't have too sharp of an angle getting in. Sites themselves, not the most level sites in the world, but that's pretty common with a lot of state parks. But here's a close-up example of a kind of your basic site. Electricity, no water, picnic table, fire pit, decent space in between the sites, and plenty long too. Each loop has a couple of water sources. Now they purposely do this. You cannot attach a hose to it, so it would just be for filling up portable water containers. Each loop also has 1 or 2 vault toilets. So if you're here before May 4th, like we are, kind of in the off season when the water is turned off through the park, you still have an option for a bathroom. Show you what these look like inside. They're basically an outhouse. Some of the sites, like Site 42 here, have a dedicated tent pad. So it has a border of timbers and then a base of sand to put your tent on. And kind of the standard rule at State Park is you can have one pop-up or trailer and one tent. In the middle of all the campground loops, they do have a shower building here. This would have full plumbing, so you have showers, toilets, and sinks. However, they don't have the water on until May 5th, so I can't give you a full tour, but if they're like most state parks, they're decent, they're well maintained, just kind of your basic facilities. This is the road that leads up from the front office down to the boat launch area. And then this is a bike path that 2 miles up that way goes into a small town, and then a mile this way goes into Waterville, and that's where we're headed now, to a local coffee shop. End of the bike path right here goes right into Waterville, and then what's cool is right here is the coffee shop. Give you a tour of our site here. This is site 35E, and better suited for smaller rigs. A little tight to getting in because you got trees on this narrow road here, and then a lot of trees navigating in. Not a bad site. It's gonna look a little squishy because we have it set up kind of goofy with a gazebo right off our front door. That's because it's supposed to rain and snow all weekend, and we wanted the entrance to our gazebo right under the awning. Otherwise, you know, it's plenty long. It's one of these goofy sites though that has the fire pit on the driver's side of the RV. Traditionally it's nice when it's, you know, outside your entryway, but then again, if you want a little more privacy for your campfires, it's not bad. So you got kind of this area for seating over here, and it's April, not the prettiest time to camp in Minnesota, but in the next month or two this will all fill in, and it'll actually have a decent amount of privacy. You do have the main road right here, but not a lot of traffic that goes by. So overall, not a bad site, just not big rig friendly. And then this is how we have our gazebo set up. We got our lights and then our portable fire pit, which we absolutely love. One of the things to consider when getting a new camper is window coverage on the camp side. And I think this camper does an okay job with it. These windows aren't the biggest, but I mean, you do have one up here by the bed. You got a window in the door, and having a shade like this in the door is really nice. And then over the kitchen too, these windows aren't very tall, but you do get decent coverage, I would say. Unlike our Grand Design, this one does not have an outdoor kitchen. Instead, it has this little rail here where you can attach the factory table and a griddle, which I guess these have been kind of the rage the last couple of years. We've never had one or used one, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Doing burgers tonight, obviously. And that just has a propane line that goes right into a quick connect right in the bottom there. Pretty easy to hook up, and it lights right up. So far, pretty easy to use. Yeah, so far I think I like the griddle. The only thing that I don't like is that the wind kind of comes in and pushes that flame down a little bit. And I do miss having an outdoor fridge. Our Grand Design had that. Pretty nice to just grab a drink when you're out cooking, but we just started the oven to do some mac and cheese for lunch, and after a couple minutes we thought we smelled some electrical burning smell kind of on this side of the island, and we couldn't figure out what's going on. And then we had a lot of smoke coming up from the oven, and it's really confusing as to what's going on. I actually pulled this drawer here to see what's behind here. Everything else looks good. Really have no idea what was going on, and it looks like everything resolved itself. When we bought this, we noticed that the oven looked brand new, like it's never been used before. I don't know, maybe something with the first time the oven's been used after sitting for a couple years, hard to say. But another one of those reasons why we're doing a shakedown trip before this goes out on our first rental is to get all these little things sorted out. But I think we're okay. Okay, slight change of plans. We got here Friday. Friday was awesome. It was 80 degrees. Today, Saturday, it was like mid 40s, on and off rain. Just checked the forecast. Overnight, starting at midnight, supposed to get 1 to 3 inches by morning, with another 2 through the day. Winds starting at like 20 miles per hour in the morning, getting all the way up to 25 to 30 later in the afternoon. So it's 8:30 at night. We're packing up. We're heading home now, night early. Didn't get a chance to give you a first impression of our thoughts of the camper. We'll get home, set it up in the driveway, and I'll share all that in a day or two. Otherwise, we are heading out. Oh, I'm gonna empty out the fresh water. Since it's fresh water, we can just dump right on our site, and as we drive down the road, that's no big deal. But if we could save some weight driving home, that's always nice. All right,